almost 24 hours we have got without the Fever's new signing attacking Fever fans. We almost got 24 hours.
Brianna Turner has just touched down in Indiana, but she's already caught in a whirlwind of controversy before even stepping on the court. After her bold comments about Caitlin Clark, Fever fans were quick to turn against her. But Turner isn't here to play the villain. She's here to be the game-changing piece Indiana needs for a title push. Will she win over Fever Nation, or is she facing one of the iciest receptions in team history? Let's dive in.
Of course, signed with the Indiana Fever. The backlash, the outrage is real, all right? And you might be like, well, why is everybody so up in arms? Well, I mean, you go look at Turner's Twitter X feed.
Brianna Turner has officially arrived in Indiana, but let's just say some fans are looking at her like she walked into a Colts bar wearing Patriots gear. Her past comments about Caitlin Clark didn't exactly win over Fever Nation, and some are ready with pitchforks, a lie detector test, and a Clark fan club sign-up sheet. But Brianna isn't here for the drama. She's here to win. And one thing's for sure, she's all in on bringing a championship to Indiana.
You can be an activist, that's fine. No, I have no issue with a player on the team being an activist. I think most people don't have an issue with a player being an activist. But when you've already started clapping back on people on Twitter, that is not being an activist, that's having Twitter fingers. The reason why people are annoyed at Brie Turner is that you've got Twitter fingers. You clearly let Twitter affect you. And unfortunately, you can't play for the Lakers if you let Twitter affect you. You can't play for Real Madrid if you let Twitter affect you. You can't play for Barcelona if you let Twitter affect you. Can't play for the Sky if you let Twitter affect you. And you definitely can't play for the Fever if you let Twitter affect you.
When Brianna Turner's move to the Indiana Fever was announced, fans had mixed reactions. Surprised, skeptical, and a little unsure. But she wasted no time setting the record straight. She's excited, motivated, and ready to help chase a championship. Now, it's all about transforming that initial doubt into full-blown Fever pride.
I wasn't happy about Sydney Colson for a variety of reasons, but we're off that. Today, come to find out, Brianna Turner has signed a contract with the Indiana Fever. Brianna Turner. And if you guys don't know, my instant reaction when I saw this, my instant reaction was very similar to our friend W360's instant reaction. Indiana Fever signs another WNBA freedom fighter off the end of the bench. Yes, the Indiana Fever, Kelly Krauskopf, Andrew Cox, they went and they found the #1 activist. Folks, at least they did it big, right? What they say, we do it big, something like that, whatever. At least they signed the best.
Let's talk about the skepticism. Brianna Turner's past comments didn't exactly rally Fever fans or hype up Caitlin Clark, leaving many giving her the side eye. It's like calling pineapple on pizza a crime, then showing up with a Hawaiian slice. But to her credit, she's not running from it. No excuses, no dodging, just accountability. She's made it clear she's excited to be here and ready to help the Fever win. Her message, a fresh start.
And of course, why aren't we surprised? The block party has already begun. The block party has already begun. We're blocking Fever fans because somebody asked a question, because somebody made a quick...
At the end of the day, talent wins games, and Brianna Turner can hoop. If she locks in, plays elite defense, and helps the Fever rack up wins, the skeptics will flip fast. Winning changes everything. Just ask Russell Westbrook. 1 minute, he was trading for nothing. The next, he was a fan favorite in LA. If the Fever start clicking with Caitlin Clark running the show, Aliyah Boston dominating the paint, and Brianna locking down on defense, a deep playoff run isn't just possible, it's expected. Fans might even be rocketing Brianna Turner Redemption Tour jerseys by season's end. And if there's one thing Indiana loves, it's basketball. Show up, grind, and they'll have your back. Bring home a championship. You might just get a statue.
One who actually broke this story, she said Brianna Turner has signed with the Indiana Fever per the WNBA transition page. Some depth for the Fever front court. Brianna Turner signed a contract with the Fever.
Brianna Turner has the right mindset. She's saying the right things, putting in the work. And if she proves it on the court, all that past drama will fade fast. Fever fans aren't looking for apologies. They want defense, hustle, and wins. And if Brianna delivers, the skeptics will act like they never doubted her. A few months ago, Brianna and the Fever seemed like a bad mix. Now she's wearing blue and gold like she's been here all along. If you had told fans back then she'd be on their roster, they wouldn't have believed it. Yet here we are. The Fever are suddenly the hottest ticket in the league, and now WNBA players are checking their old tweets just to be safe. Not long ago, Indiana was seen as a place careers stalled. Players dreaded getting drafted there, and Cheryl Swoops even said it wasn't a top destination. Now everything has changed.
So, in a kind of a surprising turn of events, the Indiana Fever have made yet another move this offseason, and they have signed Brianna Turner to the roster.
Free agents are looking at the Fever like they just hit the jackpot, and the same people who once painted Caitlin Clark as the villain are now eager to share the court with her. Funny how things change, but this isn't just about Brianna Turner. It's a trend. Plenty of players who once overlooked Indiana are now realizing the Fever might actually be a problem. The moment Caitlin Clark got drafted, Indiana went from an afterthought to the league's hottest destination. Suddenly, players who saw the Fever as a dead end are knocking on the door like, hey, got room for one more?
Because then when you factor in free agency, you got players on this Indiana Fever team.
They getting paid in what?
That are like, no, but players who will be free agents next year. There's a lot of other going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
She did a lot of talking a few months ago about the Indiana Fever, the locker room environment, how people didn't want to play there, how people wanted to leave. Stephanie White came in and said, okay, hold up. Let me go to Indeed.com and Indeed get some free agents to come in here that want to play, that are accomplished, seasoned veterans.
And people on their feed were literally like saying, look, this is enough, okay? We're not a fan of this signing. Sorry, not sorry. We've seen what she has said about the fans. Something came across my Twitter earlier. I asked, is this one of her deleted posts from back in the day? They said, well, probably. This is probably, it was certainly one of her ex-Twitter takes. And I was like, well, who's got the deleted ones? You know, the internet's forever. Seriously. It's a bad situation. It is.